The Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show is all about promoting the true life and success stories of African and Caribbean achievers around the world. If there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005. A very warm welcome to all our listeners around the world. You're welcome to the Tony Tukumbo Fernandez Show, promoting the true life stories of people making a difference around the world. So if there's a product or initiative you wish to share, feel free to give us a call. The number is 0788 280 9005, or visit our website at www.myfernandez.com. And we're always forever promoting the initiatives of Africans and Caribbeans around the world. This month in UK is Black History Month. And next month in November in London is going to be very, very special. I'll tell you why in a minute, but it's a pleasure to have on the show today an amazing role model who is based in Germany. I met him in Dortmund, Germany, quite a few years ago, and he's been doing some amazing stuff over the years. Currently today, he is the Commissioner of Technology Transfer, Innovation and Tourism for the Cross River State Diaspora Commission. And he's also a seasoned researcher and international development consultant. So he continues to carry the flag in promoting our initiatives, both at state and national level. So it's a pleasure to have today Mr. Ignatius Oli after so many years. Lovely to see you. How are you feeling today?
Thank you so much, Tony. It's a great pleasure to be here. Good evening from wherever you're watching this video. Thank you.
Beautiful. Now, for the benefit of all our listeners around the world who are listening in this evening, can you tell us a bit about yourself, your background, the things you're passionate about, and also the great initiatives you made towards Cross River State?
Thank you so much. Once again, Tony, it's a great pleasure to be in the show. And to start with, I'm a very passionate crossriverian, unapologetic one, and a super proud Nigerian. My background is in finance, governance, human rights, and law, basically. So I started off studying accounting in the University of Calabar, and then did a couple of courses in the ICT area, landed a diploma in information and communication technology from Pacific College, as it was known back then in Calabar. I don't know what it's known now. And then went on to establish the St. Patrick's Resource Center, which is an ICT center currently supporting young people within Ikoranza axis in Calabar, Cross River State, and is still very active. I was just there recently when I went to confirm my appointment and to get off on the job. So center still looks great, although it needs a little bit of support. And I moved on after graduating from the university to get into elected office. For example, I serve in the National Youth Council of Nigeria at the state level. And there we created the youth policy document to regulate youth activities in Cross River State. and supported the domestication of the national youth policy in the state as well. We supported a lot of youth activities at the national level, and it was quite amazing, so beautiful when, as I recall, most of these activities while growing up. I left to work with the African Union Commission as a very young consultant with specialty in the area of election monitoring and observation, as well as human rights monitoring as well. I spent quite some time there. It was a life-changing opportunity, really amazing opportunity. I met great people, worked with the likes of President Obasanjo, Chief Ojuzo Kalu, who's the senator now, the likes of El Rufai, and all of this kind of amazing people. Late Ambassador BT Adeyemi, who's now late, God rest his soul. Super amazing people, all superintended at the time by Nkosazana Dlamini, Her Excellency Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. And then I got a scholarship to come to Germany in about 2015. I got this news while I think at the time I was in Lusaka. I was in Zambia at the time when I got the news of the scholarship to come to Germany to study the EU, So I had to come and study. The EU is a very big supernatural organization, and the African Union, with what it does, tend to model some of the things it does from the EU as itself. So at the time, they were empowering the future of Africa. So I was fortunate to be one of those persons that was selected to come to the University of Bonn to study more about regional integration, regional governance, and how to stabilize Africa with most of the conflict that was happening. So I came to University of Bonn and I did a master's with focus on European governance, integration, and good governance. And afterwards, that's when you saw me somewhere in Dortmund and doing what I do best. And we moved on from there, looked for a job. I worked with Konrad Adenauer Stiftung in Berlin, mirroring migration policies, trying to understand what happens from country of origin and what can be done policy-wise, to mitigate some of the migration challenges.
That's beautiful. And so the great stories continue to unfold.
Yeah.
Let's talk now a bit about the Cross River State Diaspora Commission. Why and when was it set up? And what are the success stories so far?
The Cross River State Diaspora Commission was set up by His Excellency Senator, the Governor of Cross River State, with core mandate, to galvanize all of the expertise of people of Cross River State from the diaspora, and to see how they can contribute to the development of Cross River State. It was set up by an act of parliament. Of course, you know that at the national level, we have the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, which is manned by Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa. And so His Excellency Senator Prince Basio too, in his vision and his People's First agenda, understanding that with current statistics, which shows that there are about 1.5 million cross-riverians that are abroad, both the ones that are first, first, fourth, and fifth generation migrants, the ones who left before, and the ones who are currently migrating. So when you sum up all of those figures, according to the International Organization for Migration, data shows that Cross River State, we have about 1.5 million of our citizens abroad. Out of the currently estimated statistics in terms of our population, which says we're about around approximately 6 point something million. So you would see that about 1.5 million being out of the country means that's a whole community to start with. And these people have skills, they have good knowledge, they have access to finance, they have access to good healthcare systems and all of that. So when you bring back that expertise and knowledge, you pool all of these people, then the state is going to make a high quantum loop in terms of its policy direction and all of that. So the state Diaspora Commission was set up to begin to create the linkage between what's happening in the state and getting our citizens that are out of the state to understand how they can be part of what is happening. So that's in the simplest way I'm able to talk about what we're doing in the Diaspora Commission. So far, the success stories are amazing. We have been able to go through the parliament procedure, the House of Assembly procedure, a law to establish CRITCOM. The Cross River State Diaspora Commission was very successful, and we've been able to bring all of the national focal persons in Nigeria to Cross River State to see Cross River State and talk about the future of the diaspora, extending that to the grassroots. We've been able to sign partnership with the International Organization for Migration, and with IOM, we're going to be looking at cross-border issues. Of course, you're well aware Cross River State is a border community to the Republic of Cameroon. And so around the ECOC axis in ICOM and all of that, you have borders with Cameroon, and then up again in the south, you have borders with Bakassi. So IOM is going to play a very critical role in terms of cross-border movement and that borders on trade, how you stabilize all of these activities, and to make sure there are no conflict. At the moment, we're working on establishing the Investment Promotion and Protection Bill for the government of Cross River State, which would allow investors to come to Cross River State and invest and see that their investments are protected within the ambits of the law. So we are working with the State Planning Commission, working with all of the MDAs, working with the executive arm of government, the judiciary, and the legislature to see that this bill is all-encompassing, and it's going to be a bill that once an investor comes to Cross River State, they would understand all of the incentives that are there for them, and to see that their investment would be protected. There's the Investment Summit, which is coming up. We recently were in Birmingham, where we hosted all Cross Riverians from all over the world in Birmingham, in the United Kingdom. And now we're coming back again to have the Cross River State Investment Summit. So there are lots of activities in the pocket, Tony. Just quite a lot.
Okay, so taking
By the way, we're just 7 months. We're 7 months. This is our seventh month. We were established in March, so of 2025.
Now, the great stories continue to unfold, and it's been quite a profound year. Taking consideration, you had a Cross River State Convention in Birmingham, in UK. You've spoken briefly about investments, and the Cross River State Investment Initiative is taking place in London next month. just
Yes.
round the corner. Can you tell our listeners around the world a bit about this Cross River State Investments Initiative event, what they can expect, and how they can connect with you if they want to take part as stakeholders or even media partners or collaborators?
Hmm. Thank you so much, Tony. The Cross River State Investment Summit is an event that we believe would bring together a cross-sector of industries, from policymakers to industry leaders, to all of the development partners. For example, I mentioned that we already have a partnership with International Organization for Migration, and we're looking at establishing other partnerships, the likes of MasterCard Foundation, Visa, work with high-end organizations that are into infrastructure and all of that. So basically, the idea is that we bring all of these people who are skilled experts and are also part of our diaspora community to explore the many opportunities that are there, and particularly those ones that we can find in the area of agriculture. By the way, the governor of our state is launching a very big event where farmers in Cross River State are going to have tractors this week. And last week, about 800 million was given out to young farmers as well. So opportunities in agriculture, opportunities in manufacturing, opportunities in renewable energy, opportunities in information and communication technology, as well as general infrastructure development. So this is what the summit seeks to explore, and to bring all of these actors and stakeholders together to find where we can meet each other's need. The objective for us is to see that we attract investment to Cross River State. We stimulate economic growth, of course. You know, we have to create activity, so people can trade and find ways to eat and support their businesses as well. We want to facilitate networking. We want to showcase opportunities that are there, bankable projects that are there for people to participate, to come and take part in Cross River State. So in terms of media partners, what can they expect? Media partners that want to reach out, of course, they can reach out and go to our website, which is critcom.crossriverstate.gov.ng, and all of our contacts are there. They can contact me directly to talk about what they would want to do in the summit, which is going to be on the 18th of November, 2025. The activities actually starts on the 17th, but on the 17th is by invitation only, and it's strictly closed. So, but the activities of the 18th of November are very, very much open to participants. So, by and large, if there are people here who want to sponsor, of course, we have the gold, platinum, and all of this kind of sponsorship, where we would also brand your business and add up your all of the information about your company into our Invest in Cross River State magazine, and promote the business that you do, as well as the program of the event as well. So since there'll be lots of people that will be in this event. So Tony, at the moment, these are what I can think of for now.
Now, we also have your website at the bottom of the screen as well, in
Yes.
case people want to log on to this summit. So this summit takes place in London from the 17th to the 19th of November. I would just like you to take 2 seconds now or 2 minutes to speak to investors out there who are listening this evening and tell them why it's important to become one of the investors for the Cross River State Investment Summit taking place next month.
Okay. Thank you once again, Tony. Cross River State lies in the south-south geopolitical zone of Nigeria, and it's a border state, as I established before. So that means you have access to other countries. Intrastate, we have Benue and Ebonyi states to the north and the west, and we have Akwa Ibom to the southwest, as well as Cameroon down to the east. Currently, we have about 4.5 million people, which means you have access to markets. You have a young and a thriving population to be part of your business, to provide support, skill support to your business. And some of the key areas that are untapped, that investors would have returns on investment are in the area of agriculture, they are in the area of forestry, manufacturing, tourism, and even the real estate, So there's a growing creative industry at the state level. So from renewable energy to manufacturing to tourism, ICT, and all of that, we have great opportunities for investors to come and tap in. Also, I spoke about the investment protection bill, promotion and protection bill earlier, which would give investors good incentive. So we have great incentive like land. If you want the land to establish certain infrastructure, this would be provided in terms of tax, depending on tax rebate and reduction, depends on what you're about establishing. You're going to have all of those kind of rebates. In terms of infrastructural support, like developing access road to certain facilities that investors would want to set up, the state would contribute towards that. Then most importantly is the education and the kind of support you're going to get from the community, where whichever community you want to set up your business in Cross River State, or whichever area you want to come and invest in, you can be rest assured that all hands are on deck, and there'll be plenty of support for you from the system. Tony.
On a very final note, what message do you have for all Cross Riverians around the world today?
The message I have for all Cross Riverians around the world is that they should continue to have faith in His Excellency, the Governor of Cross River State, Senator Prince Mbasi Ederutu, who is doing his best, to ensure that Cross River State regains its lost glory. And it's time for many of us to come back home, and join hands to unlock all of the investment potentials and opportunities that are in Cross River State. Your skills are in need, are in high demand, whether you are in the health sector, and there's a very good incentive for doctors who want to come back to Cross River State. If you're a health practitioner, you want to come back to Cross River State, there's a very good incentive in place for you to come back to. So please be an ambassador of Cross River State, whether you're on your social media, whether you're talking to friends in your social circle. Be a great ambassador of Cross River State, and join the Cross River State community, either in your locality, or you can join the on our website or on CRITCOM's website. And so you have further information about what is happening in Cross River State.
And I guess our role as Cross Riverians and Nigerians is to be the change we want to see in society. So, Ignatius, so lovely to see you again this evening. We'll continue to promote our own initiatives and keep up the great work. And long live Cross River State and long live Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Tony. It's been a pleasure conversing with you. I was in quite a lot of meetings and was rushing to make sure I meet with Sis and for us to have this conversation. So thank you. Thank you for all of the things that you do yourself. Because you talk about Cross River State, you're promoting Cross River State, you're promoting so many young people who are role models and all of that. And we're super, super proud of you. We hope to see you in the Cross River State Investment Summit, and also hope to see you in the Cross River State Diaspora Day that is coming up in December. So there's in Calabar, Cross River State, as well as the carnival, which is the big one. So we hope to see.
You have to say still the biggest in Africa.
The biggest Africa street party. We hope to see you in these events that are happening. It's back to back, Tony. So we're having, actually this month, we're having the 300 homecoming. It's actually happening from today, in Calabar. So 300 people are currently in Cross River State who have come back to Cross River State to find their roots. As you know, Calabar was one of the slave trade routes from Marina Resort to a transatlantic trade routes and all of that. So 300 people from all over the world have come back to Cross River State from today to begin to trace their roots. And there's a lot of activities that will happen from today until Monday, the 14th. So please do well to join us whenever you have the time. Thank you, Tony.
I'll see you in London next month.
Yes.
Keep shining all the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tony.